No, leave my stuff alone. You don't need to mess with anything. You go lay down. You're good. Oh, what's up, guys? Shane's here. Steve, Scoot, Chris. Oh, wow. Wow. A lot more people than I thought would. Um, I was actually, I bought that new Buckingham adjustable lanyard, and I'm not really a huge fan of it. Um, they, how you doing, guys? They take this piece here that connects, and it actually turns, and it's this direction. So you put your carabiner in like this way. So they turn it completely opposite. I don't like that. I like the adjustableness. It's real touchy on my side with my thumb here. So I talked to Greg, and Greg let me know that there's a way to fix these, and I didn't. What do you got? Hey, come here. Stop. Stop. Put it down. Leave rocks alone. Go lay down. That's why you go to the hospital. To do rocks. It's crazy. So what happened is all these rusted off. They were like wire, so it's wire wrapped with that plastic, and they usually rot at about the rust and fall off at the spot where they connect on each one of them. So just use some weed eater string, and this one works really good now. I'm actually going to switch it out, but I wanted to fix my other one that I had because this one I actually want to put a quickie pen in here and use it to pre-tension lines and stuff with our rigging. It's a bigger version, so I would think it may, it may take at 5/8. It'll be close, but I'll try that and see if it works. But I have this one, and there's no reason not to fix it. So I figured I've never seen a video on YouTube on how to fix one after it breaks. So I should have recorded this one and did it, but that's our ending option. There's a little hole there on the end, right here. Inside there's a little Allen wrench, and you pop it out. So after I got the broken pieces off, I stuck them together and measured it, got the right size, you know, piece to it, cut it was, to the right size, and then I believe inside this, yeah, there's another Allen wrench to this thing because the two pieces come apart, and an Allen wrench to this. Um, you take them out, feed it down in there, and then the Allen wrench pinches it shut onto there, so it's in there real good. This one, I'm definitely switching back onto my lanyard and taking that Buckingham, that new Buckingham. I think it cost me like $140, and I like beat the piss out of it trying to get it back together and onto my rope. I have no idea why, but it would not go back together. So I ended up beating the hell out of it, but I got it back on. not good. I think of how I got this out last time. But what's up with you guys? Oh my, I'm so far behind on comments. Christopher Stovall, how you doing, buddy? Slow back, but otherwise acceptable. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Oh, Turbo, what's going on? Oh, I'm doing good, man. I don't know. If I'm being totally honest, I've kind of been in a bit of a funk, kind of a slump when it comes to getting on YouTube and stuff like that. But, yeah, I've been trying to keep videos pumped out, but, yeah, I don't know, I've been in the mood here lately, so I've just been staying busy with work and stuff like that, and always got something around the house to do. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go get my screwdriver to get this stupid thing out. Let me go grab it real quick. Actually, I don't need a screwdriver. I'll just use a file. But this one is different than the other adjustable lanyard that I have here. So, go figure. That's what I was hoping wasn't going to happen, but it is what it is. I should have recorded that one. It was the easier version and would have made for better video. This one's got this weird spring. Now, the Buckingham had this spring too, and I don't much like this spring. Yeah, I don't like it. So. Oh, Schroeder's here. What is up, man? I just got a better grab. Made my pro climb. It sucks. Sent it back. Oh, Mike's here. What's up, Mike? Oh, you sent your made by Pro Climb. This one here is made by Climb Right, and this one I believe is also Climb Right. So, well, I thought one of them was a Rock Exotica, but maybe I don't have that one. So this one's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out. You put this loop into there, you know, but how it has no other hole to go into, and I don't remember what it looked like, but I think it kind of like it looped out here and went into this side hole. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Let's see if I can get the Allen wrench. That's about like the worst part because the Allen wrench is so small. You end up stripping it out, trying to just get to it. This one. We're about to find out. Where? What? I thought this was the right size, but I guess it is not. Oh no. That'll probably be my luck. I probably won't even have the right size. It's Climb Right. It should be, they should both be the same. See, this is what's wrong with everything nowadays. You gotta make everything different. Stupid. I'm honestly puzzled right now. I think it could be smaller. Oh yeah, maybe it is. Huh. So weird. Why does everything gotta be so difficult? See, I wonder if it's a different kind of hole that's in, like a different piece that's in there. It's gotta be an Allen wrench. Huh. This one here is an Allen wrench too. I don't understand why, but let's see. See, why you gotta make them all different, Climb Right? Like, if anybody knows Climb Right, tell them they're ignorant and this is stupid. So, I think this is actually where the cable was. Oh, you know what? I kind of think I understand what they did. It's stupid, but okay. So this thing here, where the cable would connect, for some reason, is the Allen wrench hole, which is very strange. Oh, and I just lost the spring. Oh, I'm on a roll. Okay. So that is strange. That hole goes clean through. And I'd imagine it probably would hook up like this or like this. However it is, these holes have to line up that are here. And then that makes that hole useless. Huh. I'm so flippin' confused right now. Okay, so anybody have any ideas? So this is the hole there, and there's the hole where the spring went into. So I would think if we put that in there, this is weird. What a strange design. I'm not a fan. You know what? Does this one even actually have a wire? I wonder if I just like imagine that it had a wire originally and it just has this spring. Because the Buckingham only has this spring, but I just thought the wire fell all the way off. I just took for granted it did. So, with what I'm looking at, let me see if I put this back together if it has the action. I may just be a complete idiot, but what I did was there's that front hole. This little Allen wrench screw goes into it, and I think that's what was holding the spring solid into there. So let me put that back in. Then use this, which pinches, that makes sense, down onto the spring and keeps it into place. The Buckingham is completely different. So I'll finish this up and then we'll just chit chat the rest of the time. this is basically, these little screw things are what I took out on the other one, and they pinched down onto it to keep it into place, but they were smaller and they were real easy. I actually stripped one of them out. I'll probably never get it back off, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, it actually, now the spring's in there, it won't come out. As soon as I pop that little nut there off, the spring fell out. So I kind of like this design then, if this is right. So now this little ear here, you see this little prong that's hanging out? That's for the actual spring mechanism that's on it. There is a hole on one side, there's not a hole on the other side. So it has to go this way. Kind of press that spring in and then drag it over to it. Hopefully. Oh, where the hell's the hole at? There it is. Okay, so now we take this one, which this one did not have threads there. It had threads there to put a nut on. This one actually had threads on the device here, so I guess it goes through and then screws in. There's threads in this hole. So then you end up with just some threads hanging out the back. Yeah, and plenty of action. Huh. So this one was never messed up. I just took for granted that this little spot, that there was wire that broke, because I used this one for so long I didn't pay attention, and it was broke, and then it didn't grab one time, scared me. And I thought, oh no, my other lanyard's the exact same way, so I took it off. But now I feel really stupid for buying a $140 lanyard, adjustable lanyard, that I'm not going to use. So now I have these two and my new Buckingham. Damn, that's kind of dumb on my part. I am liking that Petzl carry tool. It is nice. I don't usually have anything to hook my X-rings and stuff to as I'm climbing, well, my Benright ring. That's usually the ring I use for everything, but yeah, I don't have anything to hook it to that's big enough, so I end up like clipping a beaner to it or through the ring and using it that way. So you know what? This was kind of a lie. I will explain. You take that screw out when your little wire rots. You take your thing, if that's rotted off, you go ahead and pop your middle screw out, take this thing off. Inside of it, where this little hole is on the side, same thing. There's a little Allen wrench in this hole. You pop it out, you put the string down in there. Weed eater string's what I used. It now has crazy action to it, but these feel much better when I reach down. It is designed to sit like this. The other one clips in with it like this. So I don't like the way the lanyard. I should have got it so I could show you guys, and it would explain it a lot more, but I'm not a big fan of it, so I guess a new little carabiner for my knee ascender. My knee ascender that I made out of that foot ascender, I used it the other day, and it works so good. The action's perfect. I got it dialed in, and the length's perfect on it. So the panting's real easy. I haven't had issues with it kicking off or anything, which was kick out was what made the panting not so cool. But yeah. Oh. All right, now we can chill. You hear all these crazy ass dogs? They're everywhere. Oh, hey, if you left a comment, I'm gonna scroll to the bottom, and And yeah, I'll talk to you guys down there. Um, so if I skipped over your comment, I apologize. Yeah, Greg, metric. Um, the problem is I'm impatient, so I get all my Allen wrenches out. First, I get my standard, then I get my metrics, and then I have them all out, and then I mix them up. And then I'm not about to go back through them and see which is which. I just shove them into a couple containers, dump them out. That's where we're at now. Cool, I'm down here at the bottom. I agree, the carry tool is great. I have on both sides of my saddle. Yeah, Chris, I may get another one, but my issue is I don't like anything hanging down where my saw's at. So all my stuff that I clip to goes to my left side. I use um, where you clip your saw onto most saddles. They have that saw clip. Um, I clip my, my hand or my hand saw there, and the scabbard, which kind of places it right for me on my left side. And then the carry tool's right above it, so stuff can hang down onto it. But I hate having stuff on my saw side. I don't like my slings get caught in it on my chain and rip at it. And same thing with like when I clip on a climb line or a rigging line or something. I always go to my left side, which is the opposite side as my saw, because it just tears stuff up. It's so easy to get it snagged onto it. So don't use trim line. Really good. Why, Greg? I've had a lot of people tell me to use it. And just so you guys know, I am not the guy that you're ever going to catch just climbing with his lanyard. It's never going to happen. I'm always tied in. So my lanyard, I hear stuff like, you don't use screw locking this or that on life support. Well, my lanyard's not life support for me. I'm always tied in. So could slip on you. Really? I don't really. I don't see how that could slip. Like it mashed into there, the size of the hole. I feel like if you get the right size string, I had some other string that was littler, and that was what I was afraid of. There was like waller room in the hole, but this bigger string, it's the same, about the same diameter as that hole. So when I went into it, and then it smashed onto it, and I pulled on it and everything, and it couldn't get it to come out. So when I set it up, I gave it a pretty good tug and messed with it, and I may actually, I don't know. Like I said, I think I stripped it out, so I may not get a chance to switch over to wire, but I'm gonna use it until that breaks. So I mean, just like my other lanyard, I used my broken lanyard for with no cable. That big one, it doesn't have a spring in it at all. It's just the cable that holds it and gives it the action. I used that for a couple months probably, if I'm being honest, um, and just made sure that I pressured into it and made it lock and kept my weight into it if I was using my lanyard. But I like a very quick adjusting lanyard. I mean, I want to get action off of it. I want the handle to be touchy, almost to the point of like a little. If you was to lean forward, you get a little give. I kind of got used to that, so I use my lanyard. I want it to be quick, so that's why I don't like that Buckingham. It's so small, and the bite that it's getting is too much. It's too much friction. I don't want to have to hold and like fight line to get it out. I want a quick boom, whip it out, and be able to go around. I adjust my lanyard all over the place all the time. And it's never the only thing I have hooked up. So I think that's what Greg was talking about. I'll call you later. Oh, right on, Greg. The Allen screws cut the line over time. On the on the the trim line, because I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like, even when it does pop, I'm good with it if it if I'm using it, because I have horrible horrible knees. So where you guys probably wouldn't be so afraid to throw your lanyard around something and go up a pole, and if you slipped, you come down on your feet, I'll blow my knees completely back out and not be able to walk for weeks with too far of a jar onto my legs. So I'm always tied in, and I also use pole gaffs, which, if you use pole gaffs in tree work, you get used to kick out and slipping. Um, Kind of a regular thing. You get adjusted to it, and it's not like a big scare. So I guess certain little things that determine why a guy does what he does, and where his style comes from, and the fact that I'm always tied in. I probably do my scenario, my like list of ways I do things is probably a little different than another guy that would go with a buck strap and just get to work. I probably wouldn't. I would probably do it different. So I kind of have to. Kind of gotta watch out for myself. Oh, Jared, what's up, man? Screw will cut right through line. Huh? Right on. I mean, I pulled on it pretty good, and it didn't it didn't come out. So, and plus with that design, it goes so far down into there. I feel like even if it pinched it there, it would take a while for. Ooh, yeah. Everyone's covering up their plants and stuff. The neighbors are. I guess. I guess the temperature's supposed to get down to like 28 or something tonight. It's supposed to be crazy, which is it. I don't like it. It doesn't adjust under pressure. What doesn't adjust under pressure? Those adjustable lanyards, yeah. That's why. But when I'm using it, I want to be able to just kind of buck forward a little bit and hit it and get a little bit of go. I don't want to have to use my other hand. I want a very quick reacting adjuster for a lanyard. That's why I don't much like a Prussic, because I feel like it's too much friction. There's too much fight in there. I kind of want it to be quick. Both those lanyard adjusters were great. Um, I only switched the one out because I was afraid that I lost the wire, and I didn't know about that weird little spring thing that was in it. So that one was always good. I don't know. I probably should have never switched from that one, but I did like the big one. I have kind of big hands, so it's not so small. I'm not fighting it over there. My thumb kind of would hit that adjuster just perfect, and make it to where I could, like, when you're around and you're on a spar, you're a little too close. I like to be able to just with one hand kind of buck forward a little bit, take a little pressure off the line, and then hit the button and go out until you let go of it with your thumb where you get to the spot you want. So right on, Jared. It's good to hear. Snow here in Ohio tomorrow night. Hey, Mike, it's funny. On the next video, I was just putting it together, and Dave Dave says, uh, by the way, Dave quit again. He went and got another job, and then no notice, no nothing. Just, I have another job. Little prick. So, not really liking Dave much right now. He kind of did me dirty once again. Doesn't even give me, like, I mean, a couple days heads up, a week. Let me find another guy to take his place, but now I'm stuck back to climbing and then getting down and having to do groundwork. So I still have my buddy who skateboards, uh, but yeah, Dave won and quit again. He's a punk. But yeah, we were on the video. He says, "Did Mike get back in the country?" I said, "Huh?" I had my earmuffs on. I had to take them off. It's in the video. I said, "What the hell did you say?" And this was after him asking me like 50 of the craziest questions I've ever answered in my life. He says, "Mike, get back in the country." I said, "What do you mean, Mike? Are you talking about the one that worked with us?" "Yeah." He go to Holland. I was like, "Holy smokes, dude!" Everything with Dave is so extra. It's got to be so extra always. He adds a little bit to everything. I was like, Mike's in like Idaho or Ohio or like just a state or two over, man. Not in a different country. Oh, okay. So I should have let him call you and ask you if you got back in the country. But yeah, he'd been acting real weird and not really working. He would just always be sitting around on his phone, and then he basically acted like he's been begged to work because he's such a great worker. And so I won't make that mistake again. I believe he was a liability, if I'm being 100% honest. And I think that's why I was always grumpy and kind of pissy. Um, because if I wasn't on him at the times, he'd do something silly and tear something up or hurt something or it was just a laundry list. So hopefully he enjoys his new job and it works out for him better than the last time because he doesn't have a spot with me anymore. Those Pro 6 have a bite, but you get used to it. Right on. Yeah, I just I never use it. I always use an adjustable lanyard, or I used one of them old school lanyards, you know. So. Oh, Jason, what's up? Jason's got some cool videos. I've had a little bit of time here lately and kind of peeked at a few. Mike, I haven't even got a chance to watch yours yet. I'm so behind on everything. I'm doing good to even find a little bit of time to work on videos so I can keep content coming out. And I actually wasn't even going to do a live feed because I just, I don't know. My analytics are so far down. I gotta figure something out because just money and SD cards is getting crazy. It's snowing all day here. Oh, Mike Fleming. Yesterday was in a tree and had 60 degrees. Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I said, I'm out here with a t-shirt. I actually have had my skateboard out lately and been skating a lot more. Feels good, but it sucks to realize that I'm not any good anymore. No, just covered up in trees in Ohio. He's a nut. Yeah, he is. He's a complete nut. I couldn't believe. So what in the heck are you talking about? Dang it! I forgot your name, Harrison. Your first. I'm just gonna call you Harrison. That's what I'm gonna call you. That's easy. So that was Monster. He's doing real good. I was actually gonna put a his arrival video when he came back. Um, I spent enough time whining and moaning and groaning to you guys about it that and in the videos and stuff that I said, whoa, when he's coming home, I was ready. I had my camera set up, so I'll throw that at the end of this series. And for those of you that maybe haven't got a chance to see them all, they should be set up in a playlist now on the channel. And I'll get the. You have two more parts, so um, this next part will be negative rigging, and we'll feature the Ben Wright ring It is it's worth its weight in gold. It was amazing. It worked so perfect for this tree, and I was in agony. I had been in the tree for when I got down a little over 7 hours, I think. And since my accident, it's been really hard to spend long periods in a tree with the saddle. So I usually get to hurting pretty bad my hips, my ribs, and my lower like back. So that's not even that didn't even include my knees, but my knees are always hurting. So I kind of that's just normal life. But yeah, I got in some pretty bad pain, and was glad that that's what I was being able to move and adjust down the tree. It's so much better than a big old block or you know a bunch of single rings or on single slings and just it's so quick. It's on that loopy and it's the fastest, quickest. Do a chunk, slide that thing down, disconnect it, wrap it around, put a rope through, tie a knot, put the you know, it's really quick. But I touch base on a few smaller techniques for negative rigging that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. It'll have a little bit of voiceover to explain a little bit of it, and I'll try to get it done pretty quick for you guys. I'm hoping tonight, maybe tomorrow. So I've been using the Zillion for a while now. I really like it. Yeah, Jason, it looks pretty cool. I mean, if you can get the hang of how much to get that action down, how to be precise with the action. So those hard landing trees. I don't mind hard landing trees. So I I actually have a video coming up for you guys. We went down south and trees like that. It just it those kind of trees can be stupid hard, but the having another tree in the yard, it's a little bigger to tie into, can take a crazy tree and make it easy. So that's why when people want estimates over the phone and stuff, that's the silliest thing to ever do anything like that or by picture, because you kind of you don't know what the surroundings are. You may have this awesome tree down, away from it that you can anchor to and speed line to, or who knows. So good setup for that tree. Yeah, thank you, Turbo. I appreciate it. Yeah, the we we kind of we use the I use the all gear rings a little more than I probably normally would, but they're retrievable. That's what's nice about that setup is I don't have to go all the way to it to get it. So and then I think I had an X ring redirecting it up towards the top, and we jumped back and forth from it. So I ended up taking those two rings, throwing them down when we got the last branch, and then went straight into the bend right ring. Um, yeah, it was gnarly. It was really, really gnarly because it wasn't. It was far too far of a distance for me to cut things and throw them. I guess I could have cut little slivers, cookies, and chucked them, and maybe I could have done it. But there were some chunks that I don't even know if I could have done that. The distance was too far, and even when we got low, it was the tree was just so sopping wet with sap, and oak trees are just heavy anyway. I couldn't have cut chunks. Maybe I could have cut them and then you know diced them up into force or something, and maybe tried to. We couldn't do anything. The only option that I had that I could think of and I was in so much pain. Sitting there making a billion cuts wasn't an option to me. At that time, I was in so much pain, I had to get down. I needed to get out of the tree. So we get to rigging some chunks that was a little gnarly for that setup, but it made for good video. So we'll see. Maybe I smashed a hole through their house. I've been known to smash stuff every once in a while. Well, guys, I actually am getting some phone calls from well, I went and looked at a couple trees today, so I may probably end up doing them, but I don't know. They're so incredibly cheap. It's so much ignorant work. So not really looking forward to it, but I'll call him when I get off here. Yeah. So I'm gonna go inside. Um, and I'll try to get to work on editing the part 4 of that video. Um, and like I said, it will all, when it's said and done, will all be in a playlist, which will make probably maybe a little more sense if you ever get to where you want to watch the whole thing back to back. You know, I couldn't personally do it in a whole video. My editor system, it won't like let me do more than like your 10 to 15. On occasion, like a 20-minute video, it'll shut down and crash. So usually when you get the videos, they're gonna be between 5 minutes and around, between 5 and 10 usually. This one I think is 13. So yeah, we'll touch base on the Benright ring. I'm trying to look up a discount code for you guys because they sent me a discount code again. So I'll try to put that link in the video, or at least that info. And yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I wasn't doing anything. You guys are good company always. So, oh, alright. I'm gonna take my broken down old ass inside. And this guy's sitting here. What are you doing? That's your tail. You're crazy, ain't you? See you guys.